over the head of Aaron Jones. It was James out there from Cheyenne Jahani outnumbering the American fans.
There's an attempt to, do I say this is a Clint Dempsey? I'm not sure he would be admired.
To say he's in fine form in the field. He was a difference of opinions as Nosh Kenjigate earlier in the week. But is that fair to say, Peter? But
use of the crease, backing away from leg stump, bit off, and did it.
Think of a second because it's the longer boundary. To see Bhurtel kind of shift his stumps just far, and we're about to see the fourth.
Especially, you look at that wicket that he York, and that to me was evidence of something for 9 years. And I think in the early days,
he gets one out of the screws. Get a boundary for him.
And it just shows how good the heave across the line. Not time for. Gets there.
Flicked off his legs. The shorter side is done by young Saiteja Mukhiya that Nepal have. He can't believe he doesn't have the first wicket for 82. Thinking about the single, but they're revving up the Nepal fans.
This one, back of the length. I gotta say, the stumps though, you never know any umpire, but he got the decision in his favor.
So it's going to naturally be.
Just look at Andre's house behind the stump to pick up the ball. No interest in appeal there. He had no interest whatsoever.
Should be at least a couple. He so has to get the dive in to get back the power play. Nepal
here at Grand Prairie Stadium here.
Or using different ways, Peter. He's spaced himself out.
Too short on sweep this, very fine, teasing that for Aasif Sheikh. It was a bit too short for
overreacted to
this far, and in his last appearance, cleaned up by Jahan. And again, talking about Milan Kumar,
he just went too far back of it.
Sweeper, very unusual that you see. It's an 82-yard boundary. Yeah, Stamma Patel is Harmeet Singh on a bowl. Pops his fist.
And this is why Harmeet Singh have free their arms through the offside. And that time, no have picked up wicket number 2. 6 while we wait. I want to bring that form. Be important. They're running for 2 quite often. And with the long
there is protection out of deep backward squares. So
again, we mentioned that partnership. We mentioned T20 cricket, and I feel some people lose that.
Gosh! Tried to use his feet
and get a single. Wasn't trying to go big from Kenjigate, and Rattle's able to take advantage at the other end.
He's singing long on.
Gulsan just said, Amun Patel, what do you know? Ground as well. And he overpitched from Kenjigate, but it just speaks to the power.
He counted 5 balls. I've only written. It's looking for 2, but again, on the shortly completed. 8 runs and a wicket.
This is the moment. These two are in Texas. This is where you're getting the hate.
For there to be a giant star with his arms as Jahangir with a brief and beats again. It's a short boundary over there,
really well there, picked up the pace and
safely. They're going to come back for 2, relay it back.
Big for that 6. It's just, again, we talked about them.
Goes right, hits the stumps for a second twice. It's 93 for 4.
Point and third man inside the ring. He's ready. It's just too full if we were talking soccer and the U.S.
Sing Airee. He's
what Paudel likes to do. He likes to outstanding again. Aman Patel.
slouch either.
There for Nepal as well. batting order, it's
that are different.
very contrasting approaches from the two. We're here during the T20 World Cup. Shouldn't be time or not. Well, quite series thus far. And this shot, every bit better than
Nash Kunjige read that as well. He's
things to come if Airee can get going in with it. It's 105 for 4. So Paudel, 16, probably not going to be enough, is it, on what looks... Netravalkar beats me as a cricketer. He feels exceptionally well in T20 cricket. You look at his...
Like you mentioned, his strike rate is so good in a couple of matches, but it did feel low.
Death, in fact, in one of the games, I think he was in with only for Nepal. But I'm very much into his work. These two are innovation. It's not going to be 6, but it will be 4. He sees fine leg up in the circle.
Bit of bat on it. He's cut on. There again, 24-year-old is
rented. Again, because Paudel's so quick between the wickets. To be as quick as there are for
Nepal this year. They haven't gotten those.
It was the game that's always so close, heartbreaking. The way 5 remain, 115 for 4.
Ash go wicketless in his third over.
To one of Harmeet Singh. You probably were watching. They have uncovered an absolute diamond
game. It's all about your ability to adapt. He's pulled the length, slowed it down.
Bit of a sloppy piece of work there. Yeah, he just looks like a pretty decent day against him. He's picked up the 2 wickets. Down the left, will cut it off and
break from Dipendra Singh Airee. It's a similar. Harmeet Singh was much quicker through the air.
You'd say that in the 16th, but will it be enough?
If you get to 160, you give yourself a chance.
Right from the off. The first ever edition of this.
I would hope so. I mean, there's a big Nepali
gap in the circle. In the Rohit, as they do, just bring such energy, such power.
This one's seam up. The problem with way too wide, it just allows
Rohit. Well, I think the stare from Andre's house side boundary. The quality of innovation from Andre's house as the look.
Anj's house looks to first slip as this one goes. Brilliant. Again, third man's inside the ring, and Anj's house is not having a fun time.
Every piece of his emotions as Ed, make it a trio house. He's got his hands on his hips.
The perfect position, Ali Khan. They moved him in that direction, and it's just into the air. And he tried to do his best.
Music ringing out. We might have to go in and get a few nip coming. Moves so well in the field, doesn't he? Like our 14 runs from that over 135, middling total. They're not ahead of the game as Ali Khan. Jesse Singh, who does well with the dive, won't be at the pace on the ball. Very, very clever
result for USA. He's looking to play that in that area. So the USA have
brilliant. He does love. And it's another misfield. 1,500 or so now in the gates here in
backward point region. It's not that, but how quick the hands were.
Is so quick they'll think of a second. They're going to get second-ranked T20 oil round. Or it's a big over. Ali priced. We're expecting close to full houses.
Be very good in this. Milan Kumar. That's the rocker you cross.
He's got a good piece of it, and he'll pick up all on their feet, all chanting. Great scenes.
Yeah, brilliant. YouTube videos there. Lenny, congratulations, 50,000.
It's a maximum, and their daddy goes to 40. And things start
at the Volk here. He slowed it down. He's got him.
And taken. That's the disparity. Nice length, but hit into the leg side. And Gulsan has to get the Scotland come into play in that triangular series. As Mukhiya chips it up towards Rohit Paudel, who takes the catch to send Nepal's fans into euphoria. And it is the early wicket. It's the big one too. The man in red hot form. Mukhiya holds out. And back in Nepal, you'll be on Kantapur TV HD as the keeper comes up to the stumps. Aasif Sheikh. Bowls him. Bowls him, bowls him, bowls him. And Dakal goes through. And Nepal have 2.
Quite a few times tonight, usually by spin in the first innings. This time it's pace doing the trick. Again, that chase that USA had chasing the target of 195 against Canada on the opening night of the World Cup. That was at night.
Now, that is not the right line. It's flicked away all the way for 6. It's a good stroke to the shorter.
And this is a ground, again, with the way the boundaries you configured tonight, you can make up runs ground. USA will be banking on that, just that one loose over.
Flicked away again. Wide of the crease this time. It certainly has been a chance for Dipendra Singh Airee. Given! And Jones cannot believe it. The last man in world cricket you want to take on for a single. Didn't need the direct hit. That
For Nepal to get the energy here, especially with this crowd and this group, the momentum swiftly with the Nepalese.
Now this looks close. Massive appeal. The umpire has a long think, and he says no. Journey. This is flicked away, and it's going to be for nothing that Aarif Sheikh could do. A low full toss, and that's not going to help Sompal Kami's mood.
Yeah, speaking of the major and minor league journey, Andres Klaus has been there from the very beginning, and he's made a name in 4 short years.
But maybe with no Lamichhane, maybe he could be used quite a lot in this series. Now, massive boundary out there, but House is so good on the pull. He picks it up.
Spinners, and even with the big boundary, there's no doubt once it left the bat that was going to go all the way for 6, just as we were talking.
Rarity really is neat for Nepal cricket. A tall, strapping fast bowler. And he's got a wicket from his very first ball. House having done all.
To run it down and without any pace on the ball, it was the simplest take. Now just how it goes for 1-8-30 off 25, but the Americans are reeling. It's 56 for 4. Right now, you're just seeing the off cutters just change the game for these two bats.
It's a good stroke down the ground, and it's going to be, well, that's a dominant stroke, this time on the front foot coming down the track, the largest part of the ground, and even Dipendra Singh Airee can't get there.
Has made that happen. I think he might have been the only one of the 22 to get there, but you can see Jahangir, he's starting to take advantage of anything seam up, anything with pace on the ball. You see him start to free himself up to use his hands to the offside. That's where he's so good. That
would have been gone with a direct hit or the deflection, as this one thudded down the ground. Paudel's not going to get there. 4 more to the total. The chase very much on. It's game on.
2, but he's a good player of spin. He's in good form, in good touch. He can. That's an outside edge, but it's going to fly over that third man fielder. He's been active. That third man region of the ground. We saw it in the first innings off the bat of Rohit Paudel.
Not cramping for room, using that boundary, big boundary to his advantage.
That's straight. And the number 2 all-rounder in the world strikes straight away. And the Nepalis love it. Andrew Leonard loves it. And look at the smile on the face of Dipendra Singh Airee. He's delivered a match-winning moment.
Well, he was trying to cramp Milind Kumar for room, didn't want to give him room. Milind Kumar tried to back away from leg stump, and he just got it too straight. He wants to go over extra cover. Instead, he gets it much too straight. Picks at the man at long off. And Airee, that was a stick of dynamite. Dynamite Singh Airee gets Milind Kumar for 22.
Chance with the run rate climbing the way it is. Harmeet Singh's a prolific domestic bat. Hasn't found the same success in international cricket. And this could be close. The Tiger roars. He's got the left-hander, Dipendra Singh Airee. Welcome with the ball. And how about this? The death bowler himself.
Harmeet rushed coming into the middle, rushed by the delivery. Harmeet wasn't settled to get ready to play this really. Flat-footed.
The flags are waving. And Dipendra Singh Airee is on a hat trick as Jesse Singh comes into the middle. And how about this start?
56-run partnership at the tail end of the innings.
Very, very straight down the ground. Work to be done. Won't be able to do it. John good what he's doing. That ankle injury that he picked up just seems to have gone away. That was nearly a third wicket. It'll be rather insulting bound. Sompal coming back into the Kumar with that LBW that came back in.
But his Millen never got a strike rate above 100. He finished with 22 of 26.
That's hit straight and long enough. Just
9 more needed. In the slot, he didn't get the Yorker right. You missed it fractionally, and it
round the wicket, similar to what we saw from Karan KC. That's hit high and handsome. That's the biggest 6 of the day.
6 boundaries off the last 7 balls.
Went for it again. This one will run away through fine leg. A touch of fortune as Shahin Jahangir brings up a half century. 5 6s. And there's a guarantee. It'll be 4 runs, but it's not what the USA needed. It'll mean Nepal will carry it out, but Jesse Singh, well done to find 4 runs.
Well, the only thing that could keep USA going here is if Dipendra it sails over Jesse Singh's head for a no ball here, and otherwise mathematically Nepal has wrapped it up.
Well, Peter, did you just speak too soon? That could be out. It is. Just to look at the height. And no, hands stay down, and defenders.
165 was definitely a chaseable total based on the history of this ground.
Jahangir gets it on the full. And very nearly wicket number 4 for Airee. It'll be a 6 to close things off. A good day for Shahin Jahangir comes to an end, but it's a day that belongs to Nepal and all the Nepali fans in attendance. They see their team win this first matchup of the Stake Stars and Summit Trophy.
Closes at a 17-run victory here to take a 1-0 lead here in the Stars and Summit series, presented by Stake, and they've made a lot of people happy here in Grand Prairie tonight. The Nepal fans are out of their seats. They're dancing.
And you mentioned, finished with 164. We feel that's not enough runs on this surface, and we saw runs to be had, but they just stuck to the plan. Rohit Paudel was clinical with his decisions as a captain. I thought the third over to start things off was brilliant as well. The keeper coming up to the stumps to the left-hander, keeping Monak Patel at his crease. That, I think, caused that wicket. Brilliance, I thought, from Nepal in the field in particular.
Yeah, there was a moment there where USA looked like they might have closed things off. Instead, it's USA who falls short. As you can see, Shahin Jahangir making 60 off of 34 balls. It might not look like there's a lot of fans in here, but Nepal looks to level the series.
Yeah, and Dipendra Singh Airee, 3 wickets for 27 runs. He did it with the bat as well.